Hello, people! This is Red here, and happy Memorial Day, everyone! Today's the day I finally get to talk about the Erolenis region revival, codenamed Project Erolenis. The project will bring back a bunch of Erolenian Pokemon that I made, with some modifications, as well as include some fresh blood to the region. I'm cutting down on overall entries, but the essentials will be kept. Some more popular designs will stay as well. So let's cut right to the chase and begin the video. Since this is the first episode, we'll start with the starters and early game encounters. First up is the Grass Starter. This line I'm most proud of because of its uniqueness. However, I noticed a comment in my oldest Fakemon video that displayed distaste towards it without giving a reason why, so I thought, what did this person not like on the design? And then it hit me. Its skin was too similar to that of a human, and that's no good for a Pokemon design. So I went and changed the skin color from tan to a light mint green. I also changed its ears to make it less like traditional elf ears, and toned down the wood armor on its evolutions down low, since it was a little much. From what I've noticed, humanoid Pokemon can be controversial, but with the changes I made to the line, I feel that these three will at least be a little bit easier to get into now. I tried my best to make these changes while keeping what made it so special to me, since it's probably my favorite line out of the three, and honestly I'm happy with it. That's it for the grass line, and now on to the fire line. The cold bio line I designed last, but I'm still happy with how it came out. Seeing on the designs though, I decided to make a few changes to it. I fixed Cold Bio's proportions to make it more starter-like, and the markings that are in place throughout the line have been tweaked a bit. The final change involves George Apollo specifically. I decided to change his name to Equisir, since it rolled off the tongue a little easier, and while the reference is nice, it's more based on a Roman chariot horse than a Trojan horse, so that's why I changed it. There will be a couple more name changes throughout the series, just letting you know before we move on. Last but not least is the Water Starter. This is easily the most popular starter in the Erolenis region, and I'm really glad since it's one of my personal favorite Fakemon lines as well. Because of its popularity, I didn't change it all that much compared to the other two. While Vipond and Serpentine got new drawings, the overall design has been perfectly preserved. The only notable change besides the newer renders is the darker blue on Abyssrium's body. Other than that, it is virtually the same as when it was first made exactly 3 years ago. And that's all the starters. Now on to the mons you can find early on in game. The changes made to these guys are mostly minor, so I'll go over them a little quicker. Going in dex order, we'll start with the Rodents line, Hematot and Hematoph. Though I did say most of the changes from here onward are minor, I did more than just shape these two in. I actually went and changed their designs by adding little tufts of fur to parts of their bodies, so that they didn't look so plain. Next is the regional bird line, Arieri, Vocalaria, which will now be called Cleffinch, and Trevaria. Again, not much of a change aside from the new name given to the middle stage, but a cool thing about this line is that I based it off of my pet canary, and the shiny forms are the exact same color as him. And finally, we have the regional bug line, Mudpillar, Cladoon, and Flintloth. I treated this line similarly to how the Fletchling line was treated, and made it a part fire type as opposed to the traditional bug and flying type. And it goes really nicely with its origin being the Cinnabar Moth. Alright, that's every single Pokemon taken care of. Before we go, I'd like to share some information on the second region I plan on doing once this is done. The region will be inspired by Spain, with partial inspiration being taken from my new home in Florida. But that's all I can say for today, so yeah, this is RedParagonG, and until next time, keep on rocking!